Welcome back to Better Living. You know, when I say you don't want to miss something, this is what you don't want to miss. You want to hear about ProjectIAm. It's Acoustics for Autism. And to tell us all about this project, the fact that it's in its 8th year and just moving on strong, we have Nicole Khoury. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you very much.
Well, I'm going to let you just dive right in. What is ProjectIAm?
ProjectIAm is Northwest Ohio's only autism charity where our money goes directly to children and the families with autism. Is what we do is we're 100% volunteer based, so nobody gets paid to do anything, and we raise money and we place it into our scholarship fund, and then parents will then apply for scholarships and we give the money directly to their child's treatment or therapy so that we can help alleviate some of the out-of-pocket expenses that they have.
Now, before we go forward and move into the event coming up on Sunday, what do you hear back from those families?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, they'll bring their child out, especially like to the event or somewhere, or you'll get a letter in the mail from a child who's thanking you, or a video. You know, children who may not have ever been able to speak are able to sign or say thank you to you. It's just, it's enough. All the craziness that comes with planning the events. You see the one kid the one time come out to an event that normally couldn't be in an atmosphere like that, having a good time, and you know, walk up to you and give you a hug and say thank you, and it makes it all worth it. So it's really special.
Well, as you were telling me how many bands were participating in this, something tells me it has grown quite a bit since the first year.
It has. Our first year was in 2008. We had 17 bands at the Village Idiot stage in Maumee, and now we've expanded into the pub next door, which is Buster Brown's, and then we've added 2 huge tents out in the back behind the Village Idiot. So the silent auction tent, which will run from 1 until 5, and then the big new addition this year is a beer garden, which is in a huge tent. Of course, it's heated. It's the middle of March, and there's going to be a big stage there. Thanks to some of our sponsors with AA Bose and RMF Neuter, and the Cock and Bull has paid for us to have the stage, even though it's at a different bar, which is pretty cool.
Very nice.
So that should house a whole lot of people, and we're going to have music out there, but big fun party bands from 3 until 10. So there will be 38 bands over 4 stages.
38 bands, wow, getting involved in this. And, you know, being from Nashville, Tennessee, I have noticed here in the area you have some great local artists.
We really do. I'll tell you what, I've got sisters who live in Chicago and some who live in other states, and our live music scene is second to none. It just really is. There is not a day of the week that you can't go out and see a phenomenal musician, and our local community is so great at giving back to these charities, and everybody's always willing to participate and wanting to participate. People really want to be a part of this event, and unfortunately we just run out of space until we add more stages. So.
How long does it take you to prepare for this event?
Oh gosh, this year is a double undertaking because of that added. These last like 3 weeks have been pretty crazy for me. This last week especially, but we're kind of like a fine-tuned machine, so it just comes down to waiting until we get all of the donations and the donated goods in, and then I have to figure out what to do with them. So unfortunately, the deadline was last Friday. That gives me a solid week to get it all done, but you know, that doesn't, of course, include things like filing taxes and filing for permits and doing press and doing all of those things, too. So it's a big undertaking.
Well, with so many people getting involved, you have all the families coming out. What do you see from the kids? I know you were saying they really do enjoy the music.
It's great. It's one of these events where, you know, these are children who in another situation may not be able to be out in public, and certainly may not be able to be around a large crowd. You see them come out. Sometimes they have their big pink headphones on or whatever, anything, you know, that might disturb them with the sensory perception, and they just are out and they're dancing, they're having a great time, and it's fantastic. It's very heartwarming. A lot of times I'll get to introduce, when we do these scholarships, we name them after somebody who's been important to the charity. So we'll introduce the child to the person whose scholarship it was named after. That's always a really beautiful moment, you know. But it's special. I'll be in the middle of a ton of craziness, and then all of a sudden somebody will say, I want to introduce you to my son, who you gave a scholarship to, and it does. It just changes everything. It brings you back down and makes you remember why you're doing all the craziness beforehand. So.
Oh, I bet so. And tell me again how much money you've raised or how much money you've given.
I can tell you last year alone we gave out $20,000 in scholarships. Over the last 7 years we've given out $70,000. You know, Acoustics for Autism grows every year. Our first year we raised $8,000. Last year we profited $27,000. I'm certainly hoping to break the $30,000 barrier this year. It is a free event. So it doesn't cost anything to get in. We want you to come in and spend your money at the silent auction, especially. That goes from 1 until 5 in the tent. The best values you will ever see. Our items go for far less. We're people's charity. We want everybody to be able to come out and have an opportunity. So it's not an event where you go and you have to have a $150 ticket to get in, and you have to have thousands of dollars in your checkbook to win an item. You know, you get people there who are walking away with these brilliant items for next to nothing because they can, because that's what we do. So I really, really suggest people getting out there and getting to the silent auction. And we have raffles and all kinds of stuff all day. So
that is great. Can you kind of expand on some of those items in the auction?
Sure, absolutely. In the silent auction, I know the Detroit Tigers every year have donated. Miguel Cabrera signed a bat again this year. Victor Martinez signed a ball. Some of the Cleveland Indians signed balls. We got a jersey from the Pittsburgh Pirates, which is, you know, again, this is from Pittsburgh, right. So they're still coming and they're supporting us. Every salon and the things that the ladies like, those kinds of things are always, everybody is so wonderful about donating massages and facials and haircuts and manicures, so on and so forth. We have great entertaining items. We've got a great local music, baskets, all of the restaurants. Speaking of Restaurant Week, I think every restaurant that you mentioned, plus more, have all donated. So there are some fantastic packages when it comes to being able to go out in the city, mud hens, walleye, and then, you know, gift cards downtown. It's just really, the silent auction is really good value. And we do something that a lot of people don't do. We do a buy it now, kind of like on eBay. So you can bid, but there's also buy it now. If you don't want to deal with bidding, you can buy it for the price that's listed. We cut that off, you know, at a certain point, but if you want it, you can just walk away with it right then and there. So really, really spectacular event.
Well, big thanks to all of those who donate, who go out and participate in this. If you can go over one more time what time it starts and where it's going to be.
Yeah, it is going to be in Uptown Maumee at the Village Idiot will be its home base, and then there are 3 stages that surround that, so everywhere in Uptown Maumee. Starts at noon on Sunday, March 8th, and goes until 2 a.m. There will be music until that time. www.acousticsforautism.com has all of the information, and the ProjectIAm Facebook page. We're blasting every day all the information that you need.
Nicole, thank you so very much. I appreciate this. Oh, yes, you will definitely see me. Hope to see all of you out there. Stay with us. We have just a little bit more coming up here on Better Living.